Hi guys, please type in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me, type in the chat 7. Okay, we are good then. Welcome to Guess the Storm. Sub to my friend DillPickle3768 hi, or bet I can't get the 10k subs. Also follow me on my new Instagram. It is at hurricane7_YT. Let's get into Guess the Storm. Here's Storm 1. I will leave the satellite imagery up for 10 seconds. Then I will go back to the chat and see what the guesses are and then go back. Put your guesses in the chat, everybody. Okay, nobody appears to have a guess, so I'm going to go back and give a hint. This is in the 1960s. The storm is in the 1960s. Any guesses in the chat? Does anyone have any guesses before I give the next hint? Okay, time for the next hint and to go back to the satellite imagery. Next hint, it is in 1965 to 1970, so the latter half of the 1960s. Here is another satellite imagery. Okay, and I'm sorry, the chat just loaded in. The chat has just loaded in. Yuritin Morale is correct. That is Camille. The chat just loaded in for me. Correct, Yuritin Morale, that is Camille. I just want everyone to know what you see is a little bit lagged behind what I'm actually doing right now. So, just want everyone to know that. It will take me a second to see what you say. So, as you can see, this is Camille. Now, let's get on to our second storm. Our first hint for the storm is this has happened within 10 years of now. Yurts Morales, no, it is not Gustav. Gustav was 12 years ago, not within 10 years. I'll put out the satellite imagery again. And it is time for the second hint. This storm starts with the letter I. Let's go see if anyone has any guesses. Yurts Morales, no, it is not Ike either. It is time for the next hint. This happened in 2011. This is a 2011 storm. It is not Igor either. This is a 2011 storm in the Atlantic. No, it is not Irene. Everyone is allowed to play along. I see that there's 5 people. Anyone can chat right now, so. One minute left, everybody. I'll give another clue. This is a Category 1 hurricane at its peak. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not 2011. It was 2012. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Yurts Morales, I'm sorry. That is 2012. Correct. It is Isaac. Next up, this is in the first clue is this is a Atlantic hurricane. This is Yurts Morales, correct. This is Irma. This is Irma, correct. I see you. You don't have to type it that many times, bro. It is Irma. Oh, the year 2017. Just so it is time to go on to our 4th storm, I believe it is. This is in the Gulf of Mexico. Does anyone have any guesses? And Yurts Morales, I please ask you to not spam the names. It does take me a minute compared to what you see on your screen to see them. Yurts Morales, that is correct. This is Allison. You are correct, Yurts Morales. That is Allison. Now let's move on to our next storm. I will say this is a East Pacific hurricane. This is a Eastern Pacific hurricane. Yurita Morale is correct. That is Patricia. It's Patricia, yes. Okay. So next up, this is a hurricane in the Gulf, clearly. Bet I can't get 10K subs. No, this is not Lane. I will give another hint. It is 2005. This is a 2005 hurricane. But I can't get 10K subs. This is not Katrina. Yurita Morales, yes, 2005. Yurita Morales, yes, this is Rita. This is a Atlantic storm in the Gulf that peaked as a Category 2. Yurita Morales, yes, it is Rita, but not for the new one, the old one. The new one peaked as a Cat 2. Yurita Morales, wow, yes, that is Katia as well. You must do this a lot. This is another storm in the Atlantic. This is a non-clue storm, so I hope y'all know this one. Yurita Morales, no, this is not Emily of 2005. I do have one hint. It starts with the letter G. It starts with a G. 40 seconds for anyone if they would like to answer it. Do you mean Galveston by that? But I can't get 10K subs? But either way, that is not the correct answer. It is not the Galveston hurricane. I'll put up the satellite imagery for another 10 seconds. And then I'll check the chat, and then if not, I'll just give out the answer. Okay, the correct answer was Hurricane Gilbert. It was Gilbert. Next up, this is a East Pacific storm. This is an Eastern Pacific storm. Yurts Morales, no, this is not Christina. Hurricane Gilbert, we just had you and Guess the Storm. Hi. No, this is not Christina. It is time for clue 2. It starts with an A and is in the Eastern Pacific. Put up the satellite imagery for another 10 seconds and go back to the chat. It is not John or Andrews. It is not Andrews either. This is Yurts Morales. No, it is not that. It does start with an A though, and is an Eastern Pacific storm. Okay, the next clue up on here is this was a Category 5 at peak. It was a Category 5. We have 30 seconds left before the time is out for this one. Remember, it is a Category 5 storm. Yurts Morales, yes, it is Amanda. Correct. It is Amanda Yurts Morales. Oh, I am so sorry. That is the wrong one. That was Douglas. I mixed them up. I'm so sorry. But I bet I can't get 10k subs. I am so sorry about that. That was quite unfortunate. Goodbye, Yurts Morales, if that is what you meant, or if you were saying it bye to him. Either way, goodbye. I don't know how I mixed that up. I guess they look so similar. But this is one in here. This is a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. This is in the Gulf of Mexico. Yurts Morales, yes, that is Laura. That is a very recent storm, so I decided to put one in there that was quite recent. Hurricane Gilbert, very close. You got it just after Yurts Morales. It was Laura, yes. Yurtsin Morales, no, it is not Alan. It is time for clue 1. The first clue is, I believe this is an Eastern Pacific storm. No, it is not Alan, Yurtsin Morales. I will put up the satellite again. Hurricane Gilbert. We have already had Patricia on here. It is alright, Yurtsin Morales. "30 seconds if anyone else believes they have the answer. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that storm was Barbara. Hurricane Barbara in the Eastern Pacific. And then we did have Amanda. And here is another Gulf storm. This is another Gulf storm in the Atlantic. Yurtsin Morales, my chat is a little bit behind. I am not sure if you got that before. So, you have gotten them all right so far. So, the year. If I say the year, it'll give it away directly, but I will give the decade. It was between 2000 and 2010. So does anyone have this one? It is between 2000 and 2010. I will give another hint. Oh, Hurricane Gilbert. Yes, that is Katrina. That is the first time someone's gotten that outside of Yurtsin Morales. Hurricane Gilbert. Yes, it is Katrina. Quick disclaimer for anyone new here: the chat does lag behind a little bit from what I'm actually seeing. So please do not spam. I will see what you say. Here's another one. This is in the Atlantic. Does anyone have any idea what that is? Yurtsin Morales, yes, that is Hurricane David. Correct. This is our last storm for the day. And this is in the Gulf of the Atlantic. I'll give a hint. This storm is peaked as a tropical storm and started with the letter D. Irma Morales, no. And Hurricane Gilbert, no. That was not Marco. It starts with the letter D. And was in the 21st century. I mean, not 21st century. It was in this decade that we just left. It was in that decade. Hurricane Gilbert, it peaked at a tropical storm, not Category 4. And it is also in a year from Irma Morales. Yes, that is Tropical Storm Dawn of 2011. Well, that is going to wrap things up here, guys. Just know that I will likely be doing Guess the Storm on Fridays. Not always at 3 o'clock, but Fridays will be Guess the Storm unless there's a big storm occurring. Then it will be postponed till Saturday. Thank you guys for watching the stream tonight. Remember, Guess the Storm is on Friday. Not always at 3 o'clock, but Friday. And unless there's a storm, that will be postponed till Saturday. Signing off, guys. I'll see you next time on Guess the Storm, or when there is a big storm about to make landfall. Signing off.